was working with a personal trainer. This was probably about a year ago. And it was at the end of my workout. And he was like, all right, 20 push-ups and you're done. In my head, I was like, dude, I am gassed. You want me to do 20 push-ups? Like, that was the most intense workout I've ever done to life. And so I started doing them. And then he said, come on, failure is the goal. And
such a good trainer.
He didn't say it with a lot of conviction, but I was in, like we were talking about earlier, this like massive state of burnout. Part of the reason I had gotten into personal training was to like build more physical strength so I could get more mental strength.
Yeah. Welcome, everyone. We are here in Tabernash, Colorado, up in the Rocky Mountains. This is the ADHD Adulting Fireside Chat, which is a unique opportunity for everyday ADHD adults to connect, share advice, and learn from one another how to thrive with this condition. Tonight's topic, New Year, New You, resolutions, routines, and relapse.
What's up, adult ADHDers? My name's Tom. I am an adult who lives with ADHD. For me, that looks like a bunch of different things, depending on what day of the week it is and how much energy I have. I was first diagnosed, I want to say my sophomore year of high school, but I had been asking my mom actually to get tested for ADHD for a while, probably the last 2 years of school. And she was like, oh, no, you don't have ADHD. Like, oh no, you don't. And when we got the results, my mom was like, yeah, you passed with flying colors. And so it was like, without a doubt, I'm ADHD, I live with ADHD, so yeah.
What does radically accepting your ADHD look like for you?
What it means to me is understanding who I am and how I relate to myself. I need like 10,000 ways to like connect with myself, and that's okay. But radically accepting my ADHD looks like, in my car right now, I have a slackline, a hammock, disc golf discs, all the gear I would need to go snowboarding, and hiking shoes.
Just in case the impulse strikes you to do any of those activities.
Exactly, right? And yeah, exactly. So I'm always prepared. And that's like also the Eagle Scout in me. But radically accepting it is like, how can I create a lifestyle for me that both exemplifies the strengths and allows me to leverage the strengths I mentioned earlier about ADHD, and also find a way to love myself with the challenges that having ADHD or living with ADHD brings.
A while back, somebody had me do an activity where you write questions with your dominant hand to your like inner child, and then you switch hands and you answer the question with your non-dominant hand. I was doing this on a sticky note and was in tears within minutes. It was one of the, like, I get emotional just thinking about it, but like for everybody at home, go grab a pen, just be like, hey,
Because it looks like child's handwriting
immediately.
Yes. You see, it's because it's all janky. I'm gonna do this so soon.
About this last night, and we were like, I'm so doing that, but I'm going till I get home. And
I'm gonna start crying as I start to write the first. It's gonna be like,
oh my god, which is later, and I'm like,
yeah.
So I just started with something like really easy, like what is little Tom thinking, or what is little Tom feeling? You know, what does little Tom really want? And that was the question that got me.
Speaking to your inner child.
Yeah, speaking like what is little Tom
And then
want?
do you go question and then immediately answer that one, or did you write them all out first? And then...
No, I did question by question. So, but those were like the first three that I did, and then I would answer each one, and it got like more and more powerful. And then that third question, like, what does little Tom really want?
Oh, not ready.
Was that too personal?
No, I'll share. I'm vulnerable. It's a safe space. No, what little Tom really wants is inner peace. Like,
Yeah.
And to be in the whirlwind of turmoil that I was when I had written that question and then heard that response, and like it was like I couldn't write the words fast enough with my left hand, but my brain had gotten there. It
did the work. It triggered
gives me
it immediately.
goosebumps.
Yeah.
I've got goosies. I'm telling you, I'm all about this.
3 ADHD strengths. Well, right off the top of my head, creativity was the first word that popped into my head. So I think ADHD people have strength in the creative space. I also think that spontaneity is a great way to redefine what other people might say is impulsive. So I think ADHD individuals have a really powerful ability to be spontaneous.
And are these for you too?
These are definitely for me, yeah. And actually, as I'm growing older, I'm trying to lean more into that spontaneity. Sometimes it's okay to take a little risk here and there, and I got to tell myself that's okay. And then for a third thing, I think that that drive, especially for individuals with ADHD, like when something piques our interest in all 1,100 different departments at the same time, we get this like passion that's like a fire that doesn't stop burning, and we can work for days without really considering, which is, sometimes dangerous if you don't balance it out or you don't have safety nets in place. But we also, as an ADHD individual, have an ability to like see a goal, see the way to get there, and then just perform.
I was working with a personal trainer. This was probably about a year ago. And it was at the end of my workout. And he was like, all right, 20 push-ups and you're done. In my head, I was like, dude, I am gassed. You want me to do 20 push-ups? Like, that was the most intense workout I've ever done to life. And so I started doing them. And then he said, come on, failure is the goal. And
Oh, so such a good trainer.
he didn't say it with a lot of conviction, but I was in, like we were talking about earlier, this like massive state of burnout. Part of the reason I had gotten into personal training was to like build more physical strength so I could get more mental strength.
Yeah.
And having that routine and the accountability partner and somebody being like, hey, I'm gonna see you at 7 every Tuesday and every Thursday. And so when he said that, I came back to it and I'm like, dude, you blew my whole life out of the water by saying that. Yeah. And I had to like re-explain why it was so impactful. But
What was his reaction?
he was kind of confused at
Love it.
first. He
I felt
really
that.
didn't know where I was coming from. But I had to explain to him, like, you allowed me to realize that the thing that I was the most scared of in this world is actually, like, if I approach that thing and reframe that as winning, I can't ever lose.
No, that's yogi shit. It's 100% yogi shit. Failure is the goal.
Yeah, failures, and he was
Fear.
talking. So he was talking. He reinforced. He's like, I was just talking, like, like when you reach muscle failure, like, yeah, like,
Fair.
That's
fair.
so,
To be clear, muscle
non-yogi,
failure is the goal.
muscle
personal
failure.
trainer.
I don't know what you're talking about.
A break for a little bit of anatomy.
It's not true of all exercise, right? You
Right.
don't always
Yeah.
want to train to failure, but building muscle mass is like, body strength
have to.
training.
But metaphorically and spiritually, he freed you in that moment of being angry at failure. He immediately inverted it and said, no, embrace failure. Embrace discomfort.
Towards it.
Yeah.
He said, this is the point you're trying to get to.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
Which is so true. It feels so good when you get to that point.
for me, it changed like every way I was able to think about everything. Like, I'm gonna give it my absolute all, and when my energy reserve hits 0, I'm gonna go, nice job, time to go to bed, recharge, do it again tomorrow.
That is so important because what we often do, right? We avoid things that are uncomfortable. We avoid discomfort. How many people procrastinate? Maybe on some of these goals or routines
Everyone
or
here
things.
raise your goddamn hand. You have all
If
done
you
this.
have ADHD,
Yeah.
you are
I
procrastinating
love
and
the 2 or
avoiding.
3 people like, yeah.
Well, the way through this is to face the discomfort head on.
Embrace it.
Move through it, right? You make that the goal is I'm gonna put myself into uncomfortable things, or the thing that I'm afraid of, I am gonna do more of that, because that habituates you. And then it makes it so that you can overcome those things.
Drink the poison.
The points of hitting failure are landmarks or checkpoints of getting closer to the goal.
Yeah, you're doing it.
Right? It's like a
Execute.
bad relationship, right? Oh, I know what I don't want anymore, so now I know what I'm looking for. And it's just like that, but with you.
Yeah, I love that you brought in the relationships part of this too, because in this segment as well, think about these routines also relationally too. Are there people in your lives where it's like they're supporting you in this process of growth and adopting these habits? Can you lean on people, your partner, your loved ones, your friends, others that are around you that can be that support system for you? Can be coaches, can be therapists, can be other people as well.
One struggle for me, I like to try to give myself a pat on the back because a couple years ago, somebody laughed at me for saying that time management was my New Year's resolution that year. And it hurt to have them be like, you're so far from a good time manager that was humorous to them. And so for the last couple years, finding a way for me to manage my time I think has both been a struggle, but also like a character development journey. Maybe not for every ADHDer, but for me especially, time management has been a struggle in the past, and finding a way to like keep myself interested in my long-term goals is currently kind of where I'm at.
To build off what you were saying a moment ago, the avoidance. And for me, it's this behavior, and it's both a behavior and a mindset. And I was kind of second guessing myself, like, can I really say this? Because it's kind of like a mental thing, but it really is like a behavioral one more thing, right? Like, I'm gonna send one more email and then stop working. Oh wow, it's already 5:20 instead of 5 o'clock.
That's how that shit works.
No, it's literally not how that shit works.
Yeah.
And so,
Hold on. Do you know who said this to us one time? It's Eric Tivers, right, from ADHD Rewired. The one thing-itis. This is one thing-itis.
We love you, Eric. We love you. Yeah.
One more thing-itis.
One
That's
more
what it is.
thing-itis.
Yeah, one more
Is
thing-itis.
it Ari Tuckman or Eric?
Eric.
Yeah. We love you, Eric. That was brilliant. Yeah, one more thing-itis. How do you defeat it? How do you defeat one more thing-itis?
for me, what that looks like is kind of, it can look and sound like a bunch of different things, but like practically, it's telling myself, like, the behavior is clicking the off button on my phone instead of when I get a good laugh, I stop scrolling, and then you get a really good laugh, and you're like, oh, that's good, and then you scroll, and then the dopamine wears off, and you're like, oh, well, one more good scroll.
You hear like so closely to gambling.
It's
Like,
I'm like thinking that
gambler's
myself, right?
addiction.
'Cause it's like
Yeah.
it's like a gamble.
I just need one more hit.
Well, and so that's why I said a moment ago, like, Aaron, I literally wanted to block my stuff because, like, I do Snapchat a lot. I have gotten more into Instagram, which is, like, something I didn't used to use. And, you know, Facebook's always sending you a message about whose birthday it is. And so it's like there's all these opportunities to dive into it. And so if I can, like, put down the phone and start brushing my teeth, it's so easy for me to then wash my face. And then the question becomes, like, how can I fit flossing in there? And then, like, that's like 3 healthy behaviors that have cascaded right out of me not doing one more thing.
Yeah.
You know, and so it's kind of, and like, that also gives me a lot of time back because I sit in this like decision paralysis where I'm kind of like numbed out, whether, you know, scrolling's an easy example, but like it happens in work too. Like, oh, I'm checking email. Oh my God, it's 3 p.m. and I haven't eaten lunch yet. Like, that stuff happens in every context. So for me, whatever the context is, I already have a system where, like, my reminder to eat breakfast, to, you know, get a snack, to eat lunch, to do my laundry, like, for me, that works. I know that probably, like, would send other people into a spiral, but having a reminder go off 30 minutes, 15 minutes, and then at the time of for everything I need to do or want to see myself do that day, that's a system that got me through grad school. I mean, so I'm not going to kick it to the curb, but leaning back into that and then getting, you know, starting to remove these like stalled points, and then taking that time back to be productive. And that can be like sleep so I can wake up earlier.
Yeah.
That can be that quiet time that I said earlier that like I want to, you know, so yeah, that getting rid of that one more thing-itis or starting to treat it by just doing the next thing that I was planning to do instead of this, oh, one more thing that just popped into my head that's what it is going to be for me.
When asked, do you say, I am ADHD, I have ADHD, or something else?
I love this question because I do like to say that I live with ADHD. You can say it either way, I am or I have. And for me, I say I live with ADHD. Like, it's a part of who I am. And if I didn't have it, my life would be drastically different. It gives me both encouragement and motivation, and it gives me a new perspective to look at different challenges or struggles that I go through. So I live with ADHD. It's a journey. It's kind of like mountain climbing, up and down. Yeah.